This is how I make money in the stock market using a very simple strategy called the break and retest off very simple levels. And anybody can use this strategy if you can find any level in the market and you can trade the break and retest strategy. We're gonna go over 3 trades that I live recorded, and we live traded all these trades that we're about to break down. So if anybody wants to watch that before I actually go in the market replay, then I highly suggest. So without further ado, let's get right into the video and show you guys our trades and how you guys could have done that as well. So again, we're gonna use the market replay button and we're gonna go back into the trade, into the pre-market before the market opens, because I always provide my analysis before the market opens in my Discord for what we're watching and what levels to trade. And in this case, guys, I provided a very simple level of the most previous highs. Now again, if you're in my Discord or you watch my vlog, you know I like to literally trade very simple levels. And I'm talking about so simple as using the previous highs and just connecting it with the most previous price action candlesticks and just extending it out to the next day and waiting for a breakout of that. And then using the break and retest for an entry model. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did it. And on top of all that, I live recorded and live traded all this when the market was open, and we caught every single trade that we're speaking on right now. But as always, I love doing trade recaps. And in this case, guys, let's talk about it, because again, this is pre-market open. Now, here it is, officially market opens, and we get our first official breakout on a 15-minute time frame. And yes, I use the 15-minute time frame. I don't trade the 1 minute, I don't use the 3 minutes. I use the 15-minute time frame, and then I drop down to the lower time frame, like the 5 minutes, and enter in on a retest candle. Now, in this case, what do you look for with a breakout trade or a breakout candle? You look for a breakout. This candle right here, this very massive green one, is our first official breakout. Now, all you need to do is wait for a retest, because the first part of a break and retest strategy is a breakout, which we got this. Now here it comes the retest, which is the second part, and this is where you just need to have some confidence and enter in and assess your risk. Then all you need to do is go on a lower time frame, like the 5 minutes, not the 1, not the 3, not the 2. You want to at least the 5-minute time frame, guys. That's my strategy, and this is how I trade. And if you guys don't believe me, again, go on all my live trades, you guys will see this is how I trade every single time. So again, now we're on a 5-minute time frame. What do you guys see here with me? If you guys can see, read the candles. What are the candlesticks telling you? The candlesticks are telling you it's getting real tight here. It's holding this support level as well, which is this little zone of previous highs. And again, I entered here for a position because we already got the 15-minute breakout. Now I'm looking on 5 minutes and I'm noticing that all the price is doing is just getting real tight. That's all it's doing. You can even call it a pattern if you will. I know a lot of traders or many people don't like using that kind of terminology, but again, all it's telling you is helping you is read price action. So boom, now we're in profits. And if you guys saw on the live trade, we got a pullback here. But again, as always, you just have to read the candlesticks. And what are they telling you? It's holding the support for another breakout trade, guys. Again, all you have to do is trust the trade plan as best as you can. Understand that not all trades work. Worst case scenario, this thing pulls back below support and I had to just sell it for a loss. It is what it is. But in this case, guys, this trade went in my favor and I made a nice gain on this trade on Thursday. Let's quickly go on a 15-minute time frame and show you guys what this looks like on a 15-minute time frame. So very simply, all it was a break and retest, and the area you need to cut it is if it dips below support and you get a candle close below on a 15-minute time frame, then you cut it for a loss. But in this case, guys, look at this, very simply a break and retest to the upside. That's all it is. That's how simple it is. I cannot go more in depth because that's how simple it is. Now you can see I already hit my 1 and 3. I'm up over $125 on this trade right here. Theoretically, that's exactly what we want, because if we're going for $400 and we're willing to lose 10%, that's $40. If I'm trying to gain 30%, I'm trying to gain $120. That's exactly how much we just made right now. So we just gained 30%, theoretically a 1 and 3 on this trade here. That is how you want to trade. So now let's move on to the next day, guys. So again, that's our first trade on the video. Now market's closed. After hours, now comes the pre-market. You can see I have this trend line drawn. Now I'm going to show you guys how I got this trend line real quick. Now we're going to go on a 4-hour time frame because I want you guys to see something. I want you guys to see this trend line that I grabbed off the 4-hour time frame. Grabbing this wick here, and extending it all the way down to the downside. And now we're currently breaking on the 4-hour time frame. So now we're going to go back down to the lower time frame because you want to spot you want to identify a trade on the higher time frame as well, or your levels, and then trade on a lower time frame. This is the trade that we took on Thursday. This is Friday coming up. Look at the pre-market. Rejecting trend, but still above previous support. And you can see that we're still just ultimately climbing. I mean, the price action looks pretty bullish, but it doesn't mean you're going to enter calls right away. You got to wait for a trade setup. And in this case, you guys can see market opens, boom, nice breakout to the upside. This is a breakout right here. This is the candle breakout. That's it. That's how simple it is, guys. I don't need to go any more in depth of explaining a breakout candle because that's all you need to look for. It's just very simply a candle gets broken above. with a close above a specific level. In this case, guys, it broke above this trend level. Now, what do you do next from here? All you need to do is go on a lower time frame and enter in on the retest. And into this case, guys, it's currently retesting. Look at the way these candles look, long wick to downside. All you got to do is just risk it and assess how much you're willing to lose, because this is literally a break and retest strategy trade here. So again, I'm going to go in for my initial entry. I'm going to assess my risk and understand that if it goes below the general support area, because you can see this is some good reactions of a support. Worst case scenario, drops below 107.33 and I have to cut it, which is about a 70 cents drop from where I entered at right now at this exact moment. But let's see how it played out, guys. And this is exactly what had happened in today's market. So if you guys saw today's trades or today's vlog, you guys will see this is the exact trade that I took, and provide you guys always my trade Zeller report and my broker statement as well, to show you guys the trades that I take and show you guys how you guys can do it too as well, because that's my job. It's to show people how they can learn about option trading. And guys, link is in the bio. Use premium at the discount tab and you guys will get 25% off instead of paying $50 a month for your first month. Everything that I trade here is literally how I trade every single day consistently. It never changes, and that's all I want you guys to understand, because all you have to do is find a specific way you trade, stick to that trade style, and work on it, tweak on it, and build on it. And I promise you, you'll make it work with the right risk management, the right structure to your portfolio. Let's go on one last trade, which was SPY here, and we'll wrap it up, because this is a trade that I took on SPY as well. And this is also a trade that I posted in the trade ideas tab and told people that they should be watching for something like this. This is very simple, but let's go over it, guys. How could you guys have traded this one? So again, I like to go back in the pre-market to show you guys exactly what I had done to get to this point of being able to trade what I just traded, because again, none of that existed in the pre-market. I had to wait for actual intraday action price in order for me to catch this trade. So after I started to notice that SPY started consolidating here, and I also had a support around this general area, which goes something like this, I noticed that SPY was building a nice potential support bounce here on the hourly time frame, which you guys saw it in today's vlog. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I do want to show you guys very simply. All I did was grab the wicks here and connect them for a nice potential breakout to the upside, because you guys saw in today's vlog, that's exactly what we saw and that's exactly what we got. But that's not enough for me. I also even grabbed the most previous highs of that candle right there, or that wick right there, grab these most previous candle closes and extend this out. And I told myself, I'm not going to take calls unless we get above this, because I don't want to take calls on this breakout of this trend and it ends up rejecting again. I need to make sure candle actually gets above this area first. Plus, as always, we need to make sure it also gets a 15-minute confirmation as well. So again, we just watch price action, see what happens. And again, boom, we get our first breakout here. Then what do you do, guys, next? All you got to do is go on a 5-minute time frame and identify where you're willing to get into, how much you're willing to lose, and where can you get in for a nice entry. Again, you don't want to get in at the top. You want to wait for an ideal pullback, guys. So again, market's pushing. You got to wait patiently for your entry. And in this case, this is where I entered, guys, because I had entered on this break and retest strategy, which is always my strategy, guys. It's a very simple strategy. So boom, got in on the retest. I told everybody to catch the retest. And if people did, they would have printed like me as well. Because guys, this was also a very nice trade on SPY as well. And all these trades that I'm talking about, you guys can go back in my live recorded history on my most previous vlogs and see all these trades that I took live as well. So again, guys, I want you guys to understand how you guys can use all this to your favor, because I understand when it comes to break and retest strategy, many people like to not get in on the retest. They think that this is the pullback is over, but I promise you, this is the best price you can get these contracts at, because what happens, worst case scenario, it ends up doing another red sell-off candle. You cut for a small loss. Instead, most people like to enter way up here around this general area. But if you enter way up here around this general area and it pulls back and cuts below the support, you're going to be even worse down bad. So I would actually like to take my entry almost around my stop loss. So anyways, guys, I hope this video helps with you guys, and I hope this trade recap also helps for anybody curious about the trade, the break and retest style. Because again, all you need to wait for is a breakout, capture the retest as close as you can to your support, and that's it, guys. Please, please, please use this to your advantage, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.